All right, let's put that music down. Ooh, it's very fun music. Hey, welcome guys to the Tuesday live stream. Oh, thank you guys so much for the likes. Wow. We really are exponentially growing on this channel and on the stream. So again, it's all due to you guys for supporting the channel, subscribing, hitting that like button whenever you guys can. But yeah, I mean, we've been seeing this channel grow. If you guys have been with me so far since the inception of this channel, you guys know that we've been consistently doing these streams and just putting out some very informative and most importantly applicable videos out there. So if you guys really are enjoying everything, make sure you guys hit that like button down below and also hitting that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right. Excuse me, guys. Okay, so I think we're pretty much good to go here. Let's just make sure everything's working correctly on my side. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. And give me 1 second, let me just clear my throat. All right. Hey, what's up, guys? Hello, hello. Hello, nothing. Hello, lovey. Hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome. I see your guys' reactions there. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's begin with the topic of tonight's stream: crypto miners. Right. So these are the miners that have gotten a lot of attention since we've been seeing a growing number of publicly traded crypto miners. Right. Now, before we begin, though, I want to show you guys something that's pretty cool here. So this right here, okay, this is okay. I don't really care about that. Can get okay. There we go. So this is kind of the cumulative basket of all the crypto mining stocks out there, right? Now, what's interesting is that we have been, well, I guess, frankly speaking, accumulating and basically consolidating for the past couple of months after reaching a peak here. And so it's getting pretty tight here with the price, and the price is sitting very comfortably right on top of the daily 200 SMA, which you guys can see here on the golden or yellow line here. And again, this is just a cumulative quote-unquote basket of all the crypto mining stocks that are publicly traded out there. And so what we have here is essentially a potential squeeze coming soon. I mean, you can clearly see with the Bollinger Bands as well here, getting pretty tight and pretty narrow soon. And if you're able to get another continued explosive move in the overall crypto mining stocks here, in the cumulative basket here of crypto mining stocks, we should be able to see continued run up into the year end. Now, how does this apply to TeraWulf or Wolf? So first of all, before I begin, I mentioned this ticker right before the breakout. So it's back in early May. So I think it was around the first like two weeks of May. That's right. So the first 2 weeks of May, I mentioned this, and I went over this very massive macro wedge chart pattern that you guys could see here clearly on the weekly time frame. And I even mentioned to you guys to focus on this weekly time frame. And if you guys want to know which video that is that I've uploaded on my channel for Wolf, you guys can take a look down at the description box below, and you guys will see that it's the first link that you guys can click to watch that video that I made back in May. So so with that in mind, obviously really textbook breakout from this macro wedge chart pattern. I mean, just amazing textbook breakout with a surge of volume, buying volume, and continued strength with higher highs and higher lows. Now, okay, I got involved with this as well, but I believe I exited around like 4.50. So I think I exited around $4 and 4.50. But we had a second trade coming in for Wolf, which was made last week. Specifically, let me give you guys the actual date here. In the private CFO Discord, and while I'm looking for this, if you guys want to join the private CFO Discord, you guys first have to become a reader of the CFO Swinger Watch report. All right, if you guys DM me on Instagram at ChartsFocus1, you guys can find my Twitter, my social media handle ChartsFocus1 down below in the description box as well. But if you guys DM me on Instagram at ChartsFocus1, you guys can get 50% off your first 30 days, right? Don't waste this opportunity here. So, and I have some party music here tonight. So, so Wolf was taken on last Friday here, or last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, right here. Right, so the reason why we took this is that, well, we got a huge surge in volume again, and we were looking for a breakout over 4.55. And so once we got that, we had a nice push up higher, but at the end of the day, we got a nice push back lower. But there really wasn't a reason to sell, right? So basically, we're chilling. So this chart right here, right? Basically, it kind of looks like the chart that we have here, right? The overall cumulative basket of crypto mining stocks on the daily time frame. I mean, it looks kind of picture perfect and parallel to what Wolf is showing and other crypto mining names. And so, based on what we see here on the overall cumulative action from crypto mining stocks, today we ultimately got that overall breakout to the upside, right? So we have a lot of other names like Riot, Mara that are very, very popular and notorious in the crypto mining publicly traded names. But TeraWulf has been getting a lot of attention. Why? Well, recent 13th filings have shown that big money hedge fund managers, or just big fund managers like hedge funds, institutions, have been coming into this name here, and they've been coming to this name since this initial breakout, and also during the time when we've seen it consolidate here for the past around 3 months or so. Okay, so you know, when we have that type of backing, especially when we have a name like this, which really hasn't been performing well, and it's not a typical name that you see big hedge fund managers coming into. I mean, this is quite a crap stock, right? I mean, this is what you call a bottom right chart rather than a top right chart where you want to see consistent textbook uptrend, right, with higher highs and higher lows. But TeraWulf is not that, so it makes you kind of you know, curious, and it wants to make you a bit more inquisitive on what their intentions are here, what they're positioning into this name, these big fund managers. So, and also, you know, there's that famous fund manager, Stanley Druckenmiller, who has entered into a new position in this name a couple months ago, and well, that's what his recent 13F filings have showed. But again, it seems like all these crypto miners are kind of lagging compared to the other Bitcoin related names, right? Or just Bitcoin ETFs. So as long as the cryptocurrencies, the major cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana are continuously moving on up higher into the end of this year, all of these crypto miners should continue to catch up, right? They're going to play the catch up game here, and we can literally capitalize on this opportunity. Does that make sense, guys? If that makes sense, make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Let me know, guys. If you guys are confused, I'll make sure to clarify. All right. So with this in mind, we had specifically these contracts for WULF. So first of all, I sent out this exact swing trade. I'll just read you guys the exact message, right? So I said on last Thursday, WULF swing trade $5 strike call contracts for the January 17th, 2025 expiration, or the $4.05 call contract that expires on November 15th. But I decided to choose the $5 call strike contract that expired on January of next year, and I took out the $4.50, not 5 cents, $4.50 call contract at break even, I believe last Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, last Friday. So thankfully, I was able to capture this entire move today. Obviously, we saw some early morning weakness, but we saw that complete market shift and pivot, and we had a nice volume-backed breakout over that 4.50 yet again, and we stayed over that 4.55 entry point, and we decided to finally break over this whole number level of $5. Okay, so now what was pretty interesting today was that I was looking for a immediate target to around $5.35. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I posted that on my Instagram story, so make sure you guys check that out. But one of the CFO Swinger Watch readers and private CFO Discord members asked me about what I think about WULF today and what my target is for WULF, my initial first target. Well, I told her it's 535 because we have a significant area of resistance and supply right around this area, right? So 5.30-ish to around 5.35. And today we hit a high of the day of $5.40. So literally 5 cents away, well, higher, which is even better, from my $5.35 target, right? So, well, my initial target. So now, as you guys can clearly read on this title of the stream, could $7 be possible? Now, why am I saying this? Well, first of all, let's go back to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly here, everything looks very, very bullish. Why? First of all, we have this consolidation after that initial breakout. We did not try to go below the initial first leg up higher breakout level of $2.60. And we are now, we were consolidating right in between and holding above the daily 10 and the weekly 10 and the weekly 21 SMAs. And the fact that we have basically broken over both of these two SMAs on the weekly time frame and created a new higher high pivot point compared to the previous higher high pivot point sitting at on this weekly candlestick at $4.98 clearly tells you that there's a lot more room to run in the near term future. I would say mid to long term future, but I'll just focus on the midterm perspective for now. And so based on this breakout today, obviously it's still Tuesday, we have 3 more days left. So I'm not gonna jump the gun here, but I would love to see another move up higher, continued move up higher into the end of this week, and ultimately head right underneath towards this whole number level of $6. And why do I say that? Well, if you have a very nice bullish candlestick by the end of this week, there's a chance that we can continue to squeeze on all the crypto mining stocks. And again, I showed you guys that overall cumulative quote-unquote basket of these stocks together, and they've all been accumulating very, very well and consolidating in a very textbook manner, to the point where it made sense that they're looking to break out today. So as we get more attention on these crypto mining stocks that again have been kind of left behind by Bitcoin ETFs and just other Bitcoin related stocks, they have a lot of quote-unquote catching up to do. And so based on that premise, if you do see a lot more short squeeze occurring for TeraWulf, then I would definitely want to see a higher high compared to this 52-week high pivot point sitting at $6.51. So this name really loves to play with whole numbers, right? So if you just round down to $6.50, we have a 52-week high level right here. And if we're able to make a higher high compared to the current 52 weeks high of $6.51, then there's a chance that we'll be basically magnetically attracted towards this weekly 200 SMA, which has been flatlining after declining after this obviously disastrous move in 2022 when we had that overall bear market. And this one touched I think like 50 cents here. So it's been, again, amazing run since 2023, right? The lows of 2023. If you just go to the lows of 2023 to the current 52-week highs, that's nearly a 950% return, right? So for Wolf here, again, this is a speculative name. Don't think that you're gonna be seeing longer term returns on this. I haven't done any fundamental DD on this name, because I'm not trying to focus on this from a fundamental perspective, simply just focusing on the technicals, right? I see Bitcoin is running, I see Bitcoin is making a nice bull flag, and I know that crypto mining stocks that are publicly traded are have been consolidating very, very well, and eventually led to this amazing breakout that we saw today, and thankfully we were in since last Thursday. So again, I noticed that last week as well, which is the reason why we got in, and again, I'm really glad that we're able to see this breakout. So for anyone who's just joining in now, you guys have missed out on a lot, so make sure you guys watch the replay as always. All right, watch the replay from the beginning to the end. Hey, what's up guys? Hello. Make sure you guys hit that like button down below. Right, so with that in mind, if you're able to see this weekly 200 SMA continuously slowly curling down, it should be good. But you guys see this little tiny pop, little tiny curve higher that you guys see here. If I zoom in more, right now, what does this mean when the weekly 200 SMA is starting to curl up a little bit higher? Well, that means that there's a chance that the price can rapidly short squeeze up higher to retest it. Right, that usually means that there's a lot more room left for this one to run, so they can finally retest this heavy SMA resistance area or ceiling. And again, that will also confirm my thoughts about a continued textbook uptrend for the mid to long term, but obviously I'll just focus on the midterm perspective, or I guess midterm time frame. And in that time frame, within that time frame, I really want to see us taking and overtaking the current 52-week highs at $6.51, and eventually creating another 52-week high by retesting this weekly 200 SMA, which is very, very close to this whole number level of $7. And that is my main technical reason why I have named this stream. It has a potential explosion coming for this stock, and also a $7 potential target. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, I see your guys' reactions there. Hopefully that makes sense. And hopefully I'm loud enough here. Let me know if you guys need to if you guys need me to put the music down. But I think we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good. Okay, so that is what we're looking at for WULF. So hopefully that was a good breakdown. I mean, I talked about WULF for about 18 minutes. So that is my basically the second leg up higher that we want to see. Kind of an impulsive breakout that is very, very similar to what we saw in the first leg up higher from that very, very textbook breakout from this very textbook macro wedge chart pattern. All right, so basically we've seen this stock consolidating very, very well in a textbook manner to form this macro wedge since November of last year all the up into May. And again, if you guys want to see the video that I made right before the breakout, so I think it was like maybe 3 weeks before the breakout, make sure you guys watch that video. It's linked down below. It's the very first link in the description box down below, so you guys cannot miss it. Okay. All right, so with that in mind, let's take a look at our second name for tonight, CORZ, or Core Scientific Incorporated. So this one has been seeing a lot of recent call flow. So people are just straight up buying naked calls. And I personally haven't seen any put sales, but I would love to see that. But there's a lot of speculative call buying coming in. I believe the IV has risen for most of these contracts as well, especially all the out the money contracts and even on the at the money contracts too, if I'm not mistaken. But I think today we saw another large buy on Core, if I'm not mistaken. That was pretty significant. If I take a look at the flow here, I remember, okay, I believe I saw it here. Yeah, so I think they're consistently hitting the October expiration, which is, again, they went past this already. The underlying share price has went past this contract, but it was the 11 strike call buyers. And then today, and even I think a couple of weeks ago too, they were hitting the 13 strike call contracts for March of next year. So I don't think we're gonna, we're gonna take that long, but to get to 13, obviously. I mean, unless they're aiming for their contract to become very, very in the money by expiration, but they're clearly buying these contracts, and they're not selling the calls. They're outright buying these calls, and they're aiming for October expiration and March expirations as well. And so if you guys see here, we were able to catch that initial breakout, just like what we saw with WULF back in May. But of course here, we identified this very, very nice bull flag, right? So we had a nice resistance level at $10.83, or if you guys want to keep it simple, $10.85. Well, if you guys want to keep it even more simple, you guys can use $11 just to completely round up to that 11.00 whole number level, and then this lower range support level at $8.30, or if you guys want to round down to $8. All right, so it's a very, very textbook flat bull flag. And so due to this, we were able to get that first swing trade taken on September 13th, which was 2 Fridays ago, and we were able to hold all the up into $12 here. Right, I personally got out at 12, but amazing run for 4 days so far in this initial first swing trade. But now we have a second swing trade idea that I put in this week's CFO Swinger Watch newsletter that you guys can read if you guys can become a reader by using that 50% off discount code for your first 30 days. Again, this is a very, very good opportunity to see what we're doing and what we basically, or how we conduct and these swing trades, right? And how we formulate these swing trade ideas. So CORZ here definitely has this this look to it where it wants to continue with higher highs and higher lows, and that's exactly what we've been doing since yesterday. Okay, clearly since yesterday, on Monday, since the week first began. And I just love this outright strength that it has. This is basically what we would like to call a top right chart. Right, this is consistently making higher highs and higher lows. And even after its IPO, right, it really made a very nice IPO base. This is what we like to call price discovery after its initial IPO, where we see that a lot of selling and just extreme volatility as people are coming in, but the initial people who had and were holding shares before the IPO immediately sell after it becomes publicly open to trade by the public. So amazing IPO base, price discovery phase, and huge breakout in May, which was also, again, you saw a lot of other crypto miners breaking out in May, like WULF, right? Obviously, that should be pretty obvious. And then, just like with WULF, we saw a couple months of straight textbook consolidation. And so we're looking at some very, very nice crypto mining names, CORZ and WULF. And so CORZ obviously looks a lot better since, this all-time history of price action clearly looks better compared to WULF, right? And this one is clearly a textbook chart pattern that you guys want to be looking for, even if we start to flag on once again, right? Even if we do lose steam, I will still have a bit more confidence in this one to be a bit more of a quote-unquote stable play compared to WULF, since this one is this one does tend to have high short flow percentages or high short interest percentage here and there, as it goes higher and higher, or after a short squeeze occurs. I believe the short interest percentage or short flow percentage also went up here after that initial pullback back in late July. But even without that in mind, all right, without that information in mind, just from a technical perspective, this looks absolutely amazing, right? So this is the entry point that I gave to all my readers on Sunday nights, and I also gave out a technical analysis video too, which you guys can now watch. It's a private but now public video that you guys can watch, which is linked down below as well. It is the second link that you guys want to be looking to click on. All right, so make sure you guys watch that. It also talks about my ridiculous, well, I don't know if it's ridiculous anymore, but target for SPX and SPY, the S&P 500 index and the S&P 500 ETF. All right. So again, if you guys are just joining in now, make sure you guys watch the replay of this recording, because it'll be essential to understand why I'm looking at this specific $7 target for WULF. I've talked about it for about 18 to 19 minutes of the stream, for most of the stream. So make sure you guys watch it.